What a summer we've had. Earlier this summer, we launched a huge project that we called Better Together. It involved knocking on tens of thousands of doors, showing up everywhere people were in community. Dog parks, music festivals, you name it. In a series of 10 pretty special community gatherings where hundreds of Albertans in big cities and small towns showed up to talk about the future of Alberta. Now, you may have heard that there was a different set of town halls also going on this summer. Those were, shall we say, more heat than lights. And at their last in-person town hall, this happened.
Back to the mics.
Hi, my name is Evan Lee. I'm a Calgary high school student. Like many high school students, I'm very concerned about what's going to happen to the upcoming Alberta teachers' strike, but just an hour ago, they voted 89.5 in favor of striking.
Evan?
And my question is, why is the government handing out
Here's the thing, Evan. Evan, I applaud you coming here to speak. I don't applaud how you're trying to speak. It's not making any sense. Your parents should turn you over your knee. Let's go over here.
Oh, that's rude.
That is gross, and it's not a one-off. And so to Evan, thank you for using your voice, because that's what it means to be a citizen. We wanted to show with these events that we could be better together with our neighbors. So we made people meet their neighbors, meet strangers and new friends and old friends. So we had them pick up their chairs and turn around and talk to their neighbors in small groups and move around the rooms.
We had a very dramatic, wonderful conversation, and thank you for letting me share.
And I loved it, because let me tell you, when you don't cut off people's mics, they talk. They talked about healthcare.
And someone is trying to destroy the system of healthcare. And I'm going to fight that with every breath in my body.
I was proud to be a nurse in this valley.
They have a pre-recorded message that says, if you're calling for an update on your surgical date, we will not respond to you.
People going to the States to get knee replacements because they can't get one here in Canada.
It's interesting that the government can pay to send somebody 3 provinces away, but somehow can't get it done in their own backyard. Quite honestly, it's cruel.
I'm one of the unhealthy seniors in this town, and I'm scared stiff I'm not going to get the care that I need, because I'm not ready to kick the bucket yet.
I did have a family doctor up until about 4 years ago, and then he left town and left another doctor with his patient load. I have a 4-year-old daughter that's never seen an actual doctor.
We're paying bills by making seniors pay more for their drugs.
I have gone for prescriptions, and every time I go, it's either $1 or $2 more.
If you pay for that cost up front as a government and protect the health of individuals, they're not going to be clogging up the healthcare system later on when they get ill.
I too work in healthcare, and I'm glad I'm at the end of my career. Everybody's exhausted. There's too much work and too few people.
We got into this field because we want to help others, and we're not able right now.
And I'm very concerned about this whole corruption healthcare scandal. She is wasting our money.
And what I resent is that my taxation dollar is going to fund the bottom line of private providers.
They talked about our schools.
You can't have doctors and nurses unless you educate them. So to me, the primary focus is education.
I view it as the biggest investment society can make right now, because if we don't have an educated society, what are we doing?
Now look, these are our kids, they're our grandkids, they're our future. One of the biggest problems is the lack of per pupil funding.
For 6 years, the UCP government created a weighted moving average to fund education while stopping the collection of class-sized data. This has led to the underfunding of education, with crowded and complex classrooms as the norm.
My school has no more space. We literally have no more classrooms. We will be soon looking at using other spaces like staff rooms to house students.
I had to try and figure out how to fit 38 desks into a classroom built in the 1960s. There's not enough room.
And it is so overcrowded.
Edmonton Public, which has identified that we need 54 new schools built in the next 10 years. And last year, we opened 1.
The government's offering to hire 3,000 teachers over 4 years.
That is less than 1 teacher per school. Right now, we need resources in the classroom. Teachers EAs. That's about money, but put your money where your mouth is, Smith.
If the government wouldn't fund charter schools, there'd be money for the public system.
We had about 1,100 students at the beginning of my career, and right now we have the same number of teachers in the math department, and it's over 1,800 students. Teachers don't want to be heroes with capes because capes don't pay our bills.
And our kids are falling through the cracks because we just don't have any more in our gas tank.
In 2019, about 1 in 3 teachers in the first 5 years of teaching would quit due to teacher burnout. This year, that number has gone up to 43%. And unfortunately, I am becoming one of these teachers. I'm in my 4th year and I am extremely tired. It's a really, really hard job to have when you feel like parents don't support you and the government doesn't support you.
They talked about their pensions.
I am not impressed with what Danielle Smith has done with our teacher fund in Alberta.
It lost millions and millions of dollars. Well, how do we trust that when we had a Alberta pension plan, it would be any better managed?
The whole initiative to bring about an Alberta pension plan was unnecessary and nobody asked for it, and it's being forced on us.
And she spent $7 million advertising it.
Replicating all the work that's already been done by the Canada Pension Plan is just foolish.
The Canada Pension Plan is one of the best pension plans in the world. The pension plan is governed at arm's length from government. So the Canadian government cannot make decisions about how that money is invested.
You look at the AIMCO, they lost $1 billion when Canada Pension actually produced money.
Everybody that we talk to is also saying, should Danny get her hands on my money, I'm leaving.
I do not want her to be in charge of our pensions because I do not trust her. She's not for Canadians. I don't trust her math. I don't trust what she says.
They talked about the economy.
Oil and gas, I'm not gonna lie, it's been good to me. I think if Alberta does become independent, we then become a one-trick pony. We have oil and gas, we have coal. What happens when our resources are depleted?
The government's skating to where the puck used to be. They've bought in to the past and they can't see where it's going.
Who is going to invest in a province that has created so much uncertainty by separating? It's a great way to drive away any money that's already coming into this province, and it will actually tank the Alberta advantage.
If you're going to look at diversification, you have to think not just in the next election cycle, you have to think decades down the road. It is not acceptable to exploit our province for somebody else's gain without considering the future of all Albertans.
I was born and raised my family in Alberta. I'm currently considering putting my house up for sale, and my partner and I are going to move to another province that is more welcoming.
I'm a veteran of 22 years service.
Oh, thank you
I
for
live
your
entirely.
service.
We sacrifice. We hurt ourselves. PTSD. I'm worried.
Thank you, Wayne. I'm worried too. Most important, they talked about how proud they were as Albertans and as Canadians.
I just hope all Albertans realize that there's no going back from separation. The rest of Canada is not embracing us with open arms like you poor souls. You chose to leave, get out. Our lives are going to be 10 times harder because they're not going to love us.
Yeah, I remember the late, great Robin Williams at the Just for Laugh Comedy Festival was talking about how when Quebec wanted to separate, but they wanted to keep the currency and keep this and that and the other thing. And he said, that's like a kid who wants to move out but keep his allowance.
So I lived in the UK during Brexit. People don't get it. Like, they're angry, they want to be separate, whatever. But you have to think about the facts. When you go to travel in Europe, you need a passport. They have entry and exit. Just little tiny things that make business impossible.
You look at Quebec, the talk of separation hurt their economy. It's the same thing as the American politics. Separate us, have us fight, And in the meantime, they can fund private schools and they can privatize our health care.
Quit throwing out all these distractions that we're not interested in and govern our province in the way that it needs to be governed and do the things that we care about.
Never in my life did I ever think this was even going to be a conversation in Alberta.
We're on treaty territory. Constitutionally, it would never happen, but also morally, we can never let it happen.
I was relieved when the chiefs started coming forward. I wouldn't trust her for anything, but I am rest assured that the chiefs will keep Alberta in Canada. My sovereignty, even though I'm not treaty, will always be to the federal government. I'm a Canadian.
Albertans are very worried about separatism and constitutional issues. But they're lying awake because Danielle Smith is forcing them to address this instead of addressing the things they really care about. How am I going to get a family doctor? How do we cut ER waiting times? How do we create an economy where my kids and their kids and their kids will have good, decent jobs going forward? How do we go back to Peter Lougheed's dream of having the best public education system in the world? These are the things that matter. These are the things we should be talking about because these are the things that will improve the quality of life for Albertans every single day.
Whether you're a senior or a veteran, whether you're a public servant or an entrepreneur, you built this place, a place where every single person belongs. And it's our job, it's our duty, it's our responsibility to continue to fight for it and to make it better.
I think it's time that we stand up.
Make a strong statement that we are Canadian first and always Canadian.
Let's go out there and let's knock on doors and make sure that we're not going to separate. Ta-da!
Look around this room, Danielle Smith. Look at these Albertans, every one of whom will fight for this country. We are better together.